Yeah.
So tell me about how you met your wife. Where so she and her brother grew up in the Sahara. Where are they from, and how'd you guys meet?
They we're not sure actually where Rejoice is born. She uh, believes it was in Cameroon, but we don't really know. So in the northern tip of Cameroon, if you look at a map, you'll actually see there's a convert, what's the word? Uh, when rivers meet.
A
Oh God,
confluence.
I'm blanking. Confluence, yes, of several countries. There's the confluence of Chad, along with Cameroon, along with Nigeria, and they all kind of are in the same Lake Chad region.
Okay.
And that's kind of where she was born and raised. So she probably was born in Cameroon. She might have been born in Chad. She might have been born in Nigeria, but we're not sure. Um, and but she definitely spent half of her life or the majority of her life in Nigeria, in Borno State. And Borno State, for those who don't know, is the epicenter of Boko Haram. And she was born in 1992, and she grew up as Boko Haram was starting to rise up in power.
Is that a
And
terrorist
so,
group? I'm not familiar.
yeah, Boko Haram is a
Uh,
terrorist group
okay.
of Islamic fundamentalist, crazy people but they're based in Africa. Their headquarters is northeast Nigeria,
Okay.
and they have caused a lot of damage to a lot of terrorist acts. Anyway, so she grew up in the epicenter. The founder of Muhammad Yusuf, who was the founder of Boko Haram, lived not that far from Rejoice at one point when she was living in Maiduguri, which is the main capital of Borno State. Anyway, that's where they grew up, and it was a Sahara Desert. It's a very poor region, but she didn't grow up with a poor mentality in the sense that she was a princess. She was almost like royalty. She was one of the wealthier people. Of course, she didn't have running water, no electricity. She had a generator, which was kind of unusual. She had a VHS tape. She had for her standard of living, she was one of the better off ones. She was one of the wealthier ones. She always had food. She never struggled too hard. But she had a very strong disciplinarian of a mother.
And how did you meet?
So we met in an app called Badoo. And so Badoo is kind of like Tinder. And we met when I was going in Yaoundé, which is the capital of Cameroon. And I invited her to go on to a function at the Ministry of Tourism. And because I had been invited there and she would be my date. And so, yeah, it was a great thing. And by the way, Rejoice also was an orphan at the age of 14. So her mother died when she was 14. Her dad died when she was 9.
And then fast forward to she's climbing mountains all over Africa with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I took her. I basically thought, hey, let's see if this girl, what kind of mettle she has in her, what kind of drive and ability to travel. The nice thing, she comes from the Fulani tribe of Africa, and the Fulanis are a disparate tribe that kind of range across the Sahel. The Sahel is a region that cuts across the southern part of the Sahara. It goes from Senegal on the west coast all the way to Sudan, effectively, on the eastern side. And so the Fulani are a nomadic people. Their whole culture is around cows and moving with their cows in order to find the best places to vegetation to eat. Anyway, so I took her to Nigeria. Rejoice, I took her to the tallest mountain of Nigeria, which is called Death Mountain, which I almost died on. And then I also took her to Central African Republic, to the tallest mountain there, and to the tallest mountain of the Republic of Congo. And these romantic destinations were perfect for breaking her in and to try to see what kind of stamina she has and what kind of willingness she is to put up with discomfort. Because if she is able to do that with a smile on her face, then she's a good candidate to be my wife. And so she ended up doing that, and I was like, wow, she's a great girl. And luckily she liked me too, for some odd reason, and it worked out. And we got married actually in Zambia.